Okay, picture this. You want to build a whole app. We're talking front end, back end, the whole shebang, and all you have to do is describe it just with your words. Sounds like sci-fi, right? Well, GitHub just dropped something called Spark, and it claims to do exactly that. So let's dive in and see what this is all about. I mean, seriously, think about that for a second. Building a full app ready to go just by explaining what you want? No wrestling with complex code, no setting up servers, just talking to a computer? Is that even possible? Well, GitHub's answer is a big, loud yes. And this isn't some far-off concept. It's a real thing you can check out right now in public preview. They're calling it GitHub Spark. So what is GitHub Spark exactly? At its core, it's an AI platform that literally builds entire applications from a simple text description. And when I say entire, I mean it. It handles the front end, what you see and click on. It builds the backend's logic. It even sets up the database to store all the information. The complete package. A really great way to get your head around this is to think of it as a mashup of three tools you might already know. It's got the AI code writing smarts of Copilot, the instant, ready-to-go environment of Replit, and the super simple one-click deployment you get with Vercel. Spark is trying to be all three of those, but, with a supercharged AI brain at the center of it all. Okay, so we know what it is, but the real question is, how does the magic actually happen? Let's break down the process of going from just a prompt to a live working product. It really comes down to these four pretty simple steps. First, you just describe your vision. You could say something like, I want a task management app with user logins and a cool dark mode. That's step one. Step two, the AI gets to work and generates the entire app for you. Then, step three, you get to refine it, tweak it, and finally, step four, you deploy it to the world with a single click. That's it. And that refinement step, that's where things get really, really cool. This isn't just a one and done kind of thing. It's more like a conversation. You can tell the AI, hey, add a leaderboard. Or, you know what, let's change the color theme to blue. And Spark just updates the app right there in real time. Now, to pull all this off, Spark has some serious tech under the hood. So let's talk about the core superpowers that really make this thing a potential game changer. All right, superpower number one is what they call natural language development. And this is the absolute key. This is what could open up app creation to, well, basically anyone. The barrier isn't your coding skill anymore, it's just how well you can describe your idea in plain English. The second superpower is the integrated runtime. And trust me, for anyone who's ever built an app, this is a huge deal. It basically gets rid of all the headaches. You don't have to worry about servers, hosting, or figuring out how to make it scale. Spark handles all of that messy infrastructure stuff for you, so you can just focus on your app's features. And it doesn't stop there. It also automatically sets up the data storage for your app, and since it's a GitHub product, it's of course deeply woven into that whole developer ecosystem. Oh, and you can even plug other AI models right into your app without having to fight with complicated APIs. Pretty slick. So with all these crazy capabilities, you have to ask, who is this actually for? And the answer seems to be pretty much anyone with an idea. The whole point is to democratize software creation. And this is going to affect different people in different ways, right? For developers, this could be an insanely fast way to build out prototypes or get a minimum viable product up and running. For designers or product managers, you can create real interactive mockups instead of just static images. And for non-coders, this could be a direct line from a startup idea in your head to a real working app. Now, here's something that's super important, especially for the more technical folks out there. This is not some closed-off black box system. Every single Spark project is backed by a regular old GitHub repository. That means all the professional tools that developers know and love, things like version control, pull requests, they all work just like you'd expect right out of the box. Okay, let's get real for a second. It's important to manage expectations here. The ultimate promise, the dream, is an AI that builds a perfect, secure, optimized app in a flash. The reality, at least with this public preview, is that the AI-generated code is probably going to need a human to look it over, especially for things like security and making sure it's optimized for performance. So, to be super clear, there are a few limitations right now. For one, you need to have certain GitHub Copilot plans to get access. The AI's accuracy, well, it can vary, and its ability to handle truly massive enterprise-level applications is still being put to the test. But you gotta remember, this is just the starting line. So, what does all of this mean for the future of how we build software?
It really does feel like we're standing on the edge of a brand new era, one where the whole process of creation is about to be completely redefined. I think this quote really nails it. It's a bridge between human creativity and AI intelligence. See, Spark isn't about replacing developers. It's about creating this incredible new partnership, a tool for collaboration between our ideas and the power of AI.
And that brings us to one last really big question to chew on. In a world where you can just describe an application and have an AI build it, is imagination the new code? Is your ability to dream up an idea now the most powerful programming language you can learn? It's a wild thought and a pretty exciting place to end.